Oof. Howdy. It's January something. Third week of January. I'm still in Idaho. I'm gonna head out to Nevada, Northern California, and California, and then loop back through Nevada. Do a loop for a couple weeks. Time to go jump in an ocean and get a little vitamin D and see some people. Take care of some business. Just touching bases, trying to do these weekly just for updates. A couple of things. My running theme has always been look outside the mainstream media, open your eyes. I say stand on the moon and look down, 40,000 foot view, see the big picture on everything. Try to see the big picture and try to draw yourself out of the narrative that's trying to be forced down your throat. This is on so many levels, from politics to the pandemic, to our history, to schools, to education, to archaeology, to NASA. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I'm not saying that everything is a big lie, but there's a lot of things coming out now that are just starting to, many people on my uptick in calls and uptick in emails and people asking me questions has doubled, going on triple now. And this was expected because I've been putting out stuff on various social medias and these videos with a purpose. The purpose I've always said is I'm never here to convince you of anything. I'm here to offer an alternative view. What I see is my truth. Take it or leave it. My ego is not such that I need to win an argument, and that's why I do not debate with people. If people want to know what I talk about, I'm here for them, and whether that's health, anything. And then I'm here to guide them along. I've always been that way. And so people have been watching from a distance, and a lot are starting to come up, call me, email me. And it's one of the reasons I travel. Red pilling is what I call it. So that uptick has really increased. And I was expecting it. I was putting stuff out there for the last 3 years for people. And I've gotten a few comments now that they thought I was out of my mind, which is fine by me because I know exactly who I am. I don't need to be stroked. But they're seeing things now that are starting to make them question, and they're looking back on what I was talking about, and it's confirming some things that they have. So this is the thing. There's a lot of narratives falling apart, and particularly the ones that I've been hammering at for 3 years. The COVID narrative is falling apart completely. And if you don't see that, then you still have a little ways to go in your journey. I mean, the vaccines, everything is falling apart. The politics, all this. So look at just alone the Twitter files that Elon Musk, as hard as the mainstream media and certain leaders are trying to keep that from coming out and keep that from, they're saying, well, Elon Musk is crazy. It's in black and white when you read these people's threads in the Twitter, from the leaders in Twitter to all these people that were censoring and stopping the truth on many things, from politics to Trump, to the vaccines, to the COVID narrative. It's there in black and white, showing they made a concerted effort to stop information from coming out. And as long as I believe we're still in a country that has a working constitution with free speech, that's wrong. And they will pay for it, and there will be lawsuits galore. That's coming down the road. But what's really important for me, especially with the COVID narrative and me and millions of us, is that they suppressed alternative therapies. And that is crimes against humanity. That is crimes against humanity. If you have people dying, it's coming out now, but it'll come out more. And they're trying to keep just the narrative of vaccines only. And you know that there's been alternative therapies I've known for 3-4 years to COVID that work better than the narrative. That could have saved some people. And withholding that information is a crime, and it's a serious crime. And so leaders such as the Faucis and so, all the way down to your local doctors and your nurses and people who knowingly participated in this cover-up. That includes the media as well. That includes your local papers all the way to the top. They will all be held accountable legally and by the justice system. That's coming. So you look around. Why all of a sudden are we having the uptick in sudden deaths, cancer's increasing, everything blowing? It seems like a celebrity or somebody in the athlete or celebrity circles dies every week now. There's something going on. I've said this over and over. Look around, do the research, find out why it's doing it. Come to your own conclusions. Don't just listen to me. So you have to decide for yourself, we're coming into a crazier year. Do you want to be a victim or do you want to be a warrior? I've decided to be a warrior a long time ago. The answer will set your path. So start to grab. Knowledge is power. I say this like a broken record. We're in 5th generation warfare is what this is called. We're in World War III. That's the way we look at it. World War III was never going to be about bombs and bullets. Never. It's about war for our mind and souls. And that's what's going on right now. It's a war, information war. You can look into 5th generation warfare and learn all about it. That's a true thing. That's something a lot of books are being written about and out now. But it's about a narrative. It's about psychological warfare. And it's about a war for our minds and souls. And that is battling right now. And that's why I've said for years now, do the research. Use your discernment at the end of the day. The two-party system, politics, I've said this too. It's over. Republicans and Democrats. If you were to look at what my politics were before all this happened, I was more of a libertarian than anything. I went Democrat. I was a very big liberal when I went to LA in the movie business in my younger years, and then I became far conservative, very conservative, and then I went towards the middle, and I considered myself a libertarian before coming into this last 2 or 3 years. In a sense, I'm still like a libertarian, but I'm more of a what works. I won't get into it, but it's the system is gone. Both Democrats and Republicans, I've said this for years, are part of the swamp. It needs to be burned to the ground and a people's movement come forward and take it over. It could be called the same name, but we have to clean the house completely, and that is happening. A new system that works for the people. Not just, we haven't had our power or politicians working for us for decades. And I'm generalizing here, but that is happening. This is starting to change. The rhinos, all that. And we're looking at inflation is rampant, the money system is off, taxes, all these sort of things that are going to come to the forefront here soon. Just everything that we know in our regular lives, it's happening, are going to start to sort of disintegrate, replaced by new stuff. But there'll be a new movement coming. There's many people trying to control this narrative right now. But we, the people, are starting to wake up, and we're starting to work on our local levels, from the local communities all the way to the top. This needs to happen. We don't really need leaders. We need leaders to represent us, but we have our own brains to work. We've stopped, and I'm talking about me and millions of people like me. We've stopped listening to leaders blindly and telling us what's best for us. Leaders, corporations, personalities, athletes, celebrities. You may hear what they have to say, but you put it in the hopper. At the end of the day, you make a decision that works for you and that you think is fair and works for the people around you. This is where we're going. So, a broken record, open your eyes, do the research. Now, don't get caught off guard, because we're in a world of chaos right now. Things will never be the same again. And it's really going to start flipping on its side here. It's in the next month or two, all the way to the summer. So eyes wide open. I'm going to post things about more details of things coming in, but just keep your head in. And something I've always said is keep grounded. Do whatever you can find to find your peace. Meditate, find hobbies, family, things that keep you at peace and keep this mind of ours from going to 60,000 plus miles an hour, 60,000 plus thoughts a day, which happens. Anyway, I'm off to travel. I'll talk to you soon from the road.